Hello, mortals. I'm the Booktube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube, and this is a Get Ready With Me, where I put on drag makeup to film videos later today and to chat with you. And you have Lori. I haven't heard of Fire. Is that a gay? Oh, Jane Austen. I think it's a Fire Island in New York. I have not heard of Fire Island by Jane Austen. Lynette, thank you for coming. I've read Pride and Prejudice after college. For some reason, I read it. I forget. Maybe I saw the Pride and Prejudice and decided to reread it. Oh, every year? You are a Austen fan. So I'm just going to jump right into it. As per usual, I don't know what I'm doing. Gay Pride and Prejudice. Okay. I got confused. I was like, Fire Island by Jane Austen. But that makes sense. A gay version of Jane Austen. Why haven't they done that before? It seems like... Okay, I'm going to make the outline. I'm going to try to do something a little different. Instead of cutting the white over the line, I'm going to try to do it under the line. Oh, you'll see what I mean later. So... Okay, so let me try to use the cardigan to do the black. We have Kayla. Thank you for coming, Kayla. 4 books. Wow. Hey, Cap. Thank you for coming. Oh, Cool Gamer. Thank you for coming. I just finished Wind Up Girl. And Cap, I think you said that it felt like a long book, and I could totally understand why. Because it felt long to me too. And I think it was because for about the first 3/4 of the novel, it had really long chapters. And long chapters just make it feel like the book is longer. But then it started interspersing with short chapters. And like, I think for me, the last, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of the book felt a lot faster. The pacing felt a lot faster because it started throwing in those short chapters. Plus, it was very exposition heavy. There were a lot of descriptive paragraph and that type of thing, and I think that just makes a novel feel a lot longer than it might be. But I ended up giving it 5 stars on Goodreads because I really like the ending. I really like the ending because about halfway through, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a 4-star book." But then I got to the ending, and one of the odd things for me was the title is Wind Up Girl, and spoiler, there's a character called the Wind Up Girl, but you almost never saw her. Maybe up through the first half of the book. There's a changed point of view. Every chapter was a different point of view. Not my favorite style, but I got used to it. But there were only like a couple of chapters with Emiko, the wind-up girl. And, but I think it was almost a metaphor because it's post-apocalyptic and there's no fossil fuels anymore. There are liquid coal for the very, very elite and powerful and rich. And even those are pretty few and far between. So the technology was odd because there was no solar power or wind power or water power. It was all this wind up, when you like crank something and you wind up a coil, then it springs and mechanically makes something move. There was that technology, but I think it was like a metaphor of how tight can you wind something or someone up, because the wind up girl is biological, man-made biological. It reminded me a lot of the replicants in Blade Runner. But how far could you wind her up before she or anyone breaks? So once I got into that metaphor and then I got into that technology, I really did enjoy that novel. Okay. Gagging for lit. Yay. Oh, you like, oops, over here. That was, if you look on my channel, I did this like 2-minute skit for Critical Role, which no one watched, but I enjoyed doing it. My acting has something to be desired. Oh, Kayla's in a bit of a reading slump. Oh, busy with finals. Well, that's understandable. Graduated college, congratulations, and back to reading. I was in a slump a couple of weeks ago until I listened to you guys and I put down the middle grade book I was having trouble getting through, and I went to Wind Up Girl. Yeah, I like that phone. Read Massacre at Mile Creek, which is about the massacres of the Aboriginals. Wow. Ended with a murder trial. Oh, that was unusual. Murder trial and 7 of the killers hanged. Well, that's something. Prefers short chapters. Robin Hobb never does short. No, she doesn't. Yeah, I love Robin Hobb. Wow. Read all the fits. Yeah. If you don't want to do like the Mad Ship and the Rain Wilds trilogy, just go to Fits in the Fool, and then the very last series. I forget what they call it. The Fools? I don't know. I want to say the Fool. Let me turn off my phone. But that's a nice progression following Fitz and the Fool. Really liked the Wind Up Girl character and was glad when we got more of her. Yeah, it was really, the world building was pretty interesting. Well, if you saw Shove It or Shove It, I am reading right now Siren Queen by Ingvo, which is about, it's a contemporary fantasy, I guess, where an Asian woman in the 1940s, 50s Hollywood is trying to break through the color barrier or the racial barrier, because it was so hard for minorities at that time to break into film roles other than like The Servant or the or that type of, or the villain. And but in this alternate history, I guess you would call it, I think it's an alternate history, the world has actual magic. There's actual magic, black magic being done in Hollywood, and our main character embraces it. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, so if you remember, I should never do this. I think I was tired, and I was like online, and I remembered Wilma Fingerdew recommending some less expensive palettes, and it was Memorial Day, so there was these Memorial Day sale. So I got these two palettes, which I'm going to use today. There's those. This is sort of a lot of reds. Yeah, reds and pinks in this one, but this one's really cool because they have purples and some vibrant colors. And then this is why I should never make purchases late at night when I'm feeling punchy, because I decided, I need some glitter. So I was like Googling glitter, and I think this was a UK company, and I think I pressed the button twice for this like collection of glitter. So I got this huge bag of all these glitters. I mean, I have tons of glitters now, and I did not mean to buy this much, but then I was like, oh, what the heck? Glitter doesn't spoil. It'll last forever. Oh yeah, I want to read Babel. I definitely want to read Babel. R.F. Kuang, by the way, did the Poppy Wars in August. I'm sure it's going to be on Shelve It or Shove It. Okay, so what was I doing? So I was thinking of just doing all purple. So I'm going to put down some of this flash palette. And we'll see what happens. I'm still liking Star Trek New Worlds. Again, it's more episodic than having a big story arc, and I just think it's a nice change of pace from the sci-fi shows that seem to only have not only, but it's more popular to have big story arcs. Oh, and I did watch or finish watching Stranger Things. Which I enjoyed, except, and I'm going to tell you this, and you're not going to get it out of your mind if you watch Stranger Things. The main villain In previous seasons, the villain or the creatures were really alien, and this is more of a humanoid villain this time. And I did like the story. But when I was looking at him, I kept thinking this creature looked like Jim Carrey's Grinch. So I wasn't really scared, or it just kind of took me out. I don't know if it's prosthetics or what, but okay. Then I guess I'm going to take this lighter purple. I always regret doing this because it's really blue. If I have a light hand. Okay. The Hannibal series recently, and liked it except for the end. I have never read any of the Hannibal Silence of Lamb books. Oh, Awful Dialogue. No, I haven't read any of them. How about The Last Contista, upper middle grade, lower YA book? I'm going to check that out. Sounds interesting. I watched the first two Obi-Wan shows. I really don't like the little girl that plays Princess Leia. And I don't know if it's the actor or the dialogue or what. I just find her so annoying. And I don't know if more episodes have been released, but I really hope they get rid of Princess Leia. I like the fourth season of Stranger Things. Yeah, it was suffering from a lot of those like Netflix Prime series where the first season's so good, and then they kind of, or maybe the first two seasons, and then they run out of steam, and it's like they just go bonkers. They just go. And it's kind of like that with Stranger Things, but the fourth season's definitely better, in my opinion, than the third season. Only birders in the building. Last month of book buying. Well, I hope you are stocked up. I got through Stranger Things very fast. Yeah, that was the thing about the first three seasons, is it got a little repetitive. Yeah, me and impulse buying. I have no idea what you're talking about. You start buying again, don't go on a wild spree. Hey, Mooney. Mooney gave me the Israel covers for that video. Here's some of your cousins, friends, cat stories. I'm always here for cat stories. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think last week about series is you have to block like 10 hours to get through some of these series that drop. Oh, you like the Princess Leia character? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me and child actors. I'm very picky when it comes to child actors. Oh, you really? Okay. Well, the second season kind of tied into the first, I thought, and then they kind of in the third season they tried to reboot a new story. And maybe that's what you liked about it. I'm always particularly fond of first seasons because that's the first time you don't know anything about what's going on, and and it just seems fresh. And yeah, I love the reboot Netflix. Oh yeah, they did the Dark Crystal. Yeah, I never thought we would see more of the Dark Crystal. Man, that was back in my time. When was the Dark Crystal? Was that the 70s? Was it that long ago, or was it the 80s? I forget. Okay, I'm just setting this. Oh man, I'm saying this is white powder. Oh well. I'm just hoping this is going to bring out. Look at all this. Okay, let's see what happens, because there's this purple in here I really wanted to try. That's a nice mirror. Is there a... No. Oh yeah, look at this is nice and pigmented. I guess I could take the purple a little higher. Well, I like it. It's so hard to find purple with good pigment. Hope you guys don't mind unboxing videos, because that's basically all the videos I've been filming for a while now. But I think I'm about at the end, going through my boxes. I think I have more boxes hidden around, but I think I'm just going to... Can you see the purple in the under eye? I think I just may put those to the side because I'm getting tired of doing unboxing videos. Okay. Oh, we found Fit to be read. Hey, Fit, and hey, crew. Power of the Rings series. That sounds so familiar. I'm not sure what House of the Dragon is. Four or five shows a year. Yeah, I watch too much TV. There's so many good shows on now, and I'm comparing it to when I was growing up, and there's just like nothing on. It was like a desert of good shows. But now there's so many channels and so many things that look interesting. Oh, I've been holding off on reading that Rebecca Roanhorse. I did read her middle grade series, which I thought was, I mean, the first book in her series, which I thought was okay. But I really want to read the Fevered Star series. But I'm kind of thinking, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's supposed to be a trilogy. So I was thinking of waiting until the whole trilogy's out. Okay, so there is a third book. Yeah, so I may wait one more year. The one that I am probably going to have to read, I don't have to read it, but is N.K. Jemisin's sequel to The City We Became. Because when I picked up The City We Became, I kind of thought it was a standalone, which I was excited about, but it's not a standalone. But I want to continue reading that. Oh, thank you, Kat. Nice purple. Yeah, me too, Lynette. Yeah, I guess so, because it's hard to find a good purple. Oh, Lynette likes unboxing videos. Yeah, I guess mine are, I mean, you can see them, are mostly classic sci-fi fantasy. But that, of course, is my age. They have this. No, I'm just going to keep it monotone, but I am going to go in with black. Just to kind of deepen. Oh, Fit, if you didn't hear, I did finish Wind Up Girl, which I did end up giving 5 stars. And mostly because I really like the ending. But the month really has just started, so I'm probably going to read 1 or 2 more books this month. If you guys have suggestions. I have gotten back to doing more writing. Which is nice because I kind of stopped because of the move, and then I got COVID, and um, Okay. I really did big cut crease. I think I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna keep a big cut crease. So I'm gonna go in my cellar water. Some Pond's Lives. I have to say the Wind Up Girl is one of my with a breath of fresh air, simply because it's been a while since I've read a really good science fiction. Of course, I read mostly fantasy. I need to be careful because this cut crease is going way into my eyebrow. I don't want to dislodge the glue. As I said last week, I found out I have like early stage cataracts, which I don't feel any symptoms because they're not advanced at all. But that means I can't do LASIK surgery. So I'm going to try that new technology of contacts that are multifocal. So apparently you can see long and intermediate and close just with one contact. I haven't worn contacts in 10 years, but I'm just getting so sick and tired of having different glasses for the computer, different glasses for distance, for driving, different. I don't need glasses for reading, but I can't wear any glasses when I'm reading. So I'm always like changing glasses and I'm forgetting to switch glasses. So I'm like having to keep running to the car to switch back to my computer glasses because I left them in the car. It was just so annoying. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we're doing purple. So I'm thinking of pink. Let's just do a bright pink. Yeah, a bright pink cut lid. Now imagery of puppy. Oh yeah. Welcome to green screen. I've had so many issues with green screen. At least you don't wear makeup because sometimes I find like the sort of teal makeup, suddenly green screen like pokes through it. And there's things you can do, but it's so annoying. And if there's like shadows cast behind you, you either turn it up and then you start looking weird. It's a whole thing. I've never done NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo. Is it Rimo? I think it's NaNoWriMo. Um, yeah, I'm not that disciplined, and I feel like I'm going to try it, but I've never done it. Maybe I should. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a lot of times I give books, I round up. Like if it's a 3.5 stars, I'll give it 4. If it's 2.5, I'll give it a 3. Um, because a lot of times it doesn't mean it's a bad book. Lori says I would have mostly 3s. Yeah, if you look at the definition of 3 in the rating system, they're not, doesn't mean it's a bad book. I also kind of want to give authors a boost, so I tend to go higher than maybe if I was being completely objective or subjective. Oh, Project Hail Mary. No, I haven't read nothing by that author. So do you recommend it over, I want to say Red Mars. What's the first book? Yeah, thank you, Gagging. Definitely going to be using some of this glitter. I need to get through it. Maybe I'll do glitter lips. Yeah, 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 I have that too, Kat, where you could recognize it's good writing, um, but sometimes you just don't connect with it. Yeah, I love those books. I love light books that need better. Yeah, lights are important. Also, with green screen, it helps if and this is why I'm so lucky now that I have a big office. It's better when the further away you are from the green screen. It's like, here's you, here's the green screen, and then the lights can be like somewhere in the middle, pointing to the green screen, and then more lights on you. So you have separate lights on your green screen, separate lights on you, and the further away from the green screen you are, um, the less likely you'll cast any shadows, and you'll get a really good finish. You know what? I think I'm the same way, Cap. I think I give mostly 4s. Oh, The Martian, that's it. Uh, you think Hail Mary is better than The Martian? Oh, I never heard of Artemis. Okay, I'm going to do pink. So let's go back to the Flash palette. I thought I had pink. Well, I'm going to do a hot pink eyeshadow. I'm just going to do this color here, but it's going to look pink when I put the shadow on after this, I think. Oh, what's going on here? No, actually, I just want to keep this wet. I'm just going to put glitter right on top of this. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try to do a little white line. Oh boy, this is going to be a big cut crease. Oh, you can't even see it. Well, I think the glitter is going to be dark enough that I don't need to put shadow on. Okay. There better be pink glitter in here. I can't believe I got all this glitter. Red, orange. I may do this red for the lips. Okay, let's get this red out. Yellow, blue. Oh, here we go. Well, this is a very light pink. Okay, we can set that out. Yeah, and then I have like these greens and teals that I really probably shouldn't use with green screen. Ooh, there's nice. Maybe I'll do purple lips. It's a really nice purple. Put that out. I can't believe I got all this glitter. Okay. Ooh, was so purple. Okay, this is the last of it. Oh man, I got a lot of purple. Okay, definitely gonna do purple lips. And a fluffy brush. Oh, it's too late. Okay, I have another pink glitter. I'm just gonna mix it with it. Can you even see that? Okay, this isn't working. I'm gonna put, let me brush this off. Powdering over it. Well, that's what we're doing, is we're experimenting. Man, I can't see it in the camera. It's supposed to be like bubblegum pink. Okay. There's a darker pink here. There we go. Why does it look so patchy on? Okay, I think I am going to use glitter glue to really pack it on. Okay. Maybe I am going to go through this glitter fast. You know what I think it is? Is the glitter is just throwing off the light. Because it's looking lighter here than over here, but in my mirror, it's doesn't have that. It looks darker in person. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'm sure it's because the light is bouncing off the glitter, making it look lighter. Also, I'm not crazy about this glitter glue. It has like a little tint to it. prefer if it was clear. Okay, we're just going to roll with it. You guys are just seeing all my experiments. I'm curious how I will like Hail Mary. Some people love the style of the... Oh, it's humorous? Yeah, I have to be in a mood for a humorous book. Oh, he's not good at writing women? Well, The Martian, it was just... I want to say just Matt Damon, but just the one male guy. So, oh dear, Artemis was a young woman. It's kind of interesting because reading from the male perspective, I always liked Heinlein's. Well, not all of them, but like Friday. I don't know if you've read Friday by Heinlein, or the women in Number of the Beast. His later works. I always like the women there, although I know he is kind of very old-fashioned when it comes to writing women, which is, the time he grew up in. But it's interesting, talking about Heinlein, seeing his evolution on women and gays. He was not, he like started, if you read between the lines of some of his early works, he was not very gay friendly, but his views on that evolved in his writing, I think. I don't know where I was going with that. I should get a mirror. Well, you know what I got obsessed watching? Is that Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. Because I work in the legal industry, so I always think like these, when they televise these court cases, is interesting. But it's also something like when I work, I could just like have on in the background. And there's this YouTuber, Emily D. Baker, who is a former district attorney. Who does commentary while the trial's going on. There's like this whole community, like no one's heard of Booktube except if you're readers, if you're a big reader, and you happen to stumble upon it. But there is apparently this community called LawTube, which are lawyers who are also booktubers. Oh shit, I got to be careful because I was going to do a white line. Okay, let me go to the Inglot gel. Okay, so that's where we're going with this look. I really can't tell if I like it or not. It's one of those things where I'm going to have to see it finished up. Okay. forgot to go over my eyelashes. Just using the black inglot just to darken them rather than using mascara. Now I'm going to deepen up or try to blend okay. And now I'm going to go in with the white. I can find it. Thank you guys for bearing with me while I do some of these looks. I know I go off the rails a lot. And don't talk very much when I'm and of course I'm always losing things. What the heck happened to that white eyeliner that I just had? I just had it. To kick it off. I need to get another one of these too, the white eyeliner. Oh, here it is. So that was One little white. Okay, so I think those are the eyes. Need more black on this side. Okay. And I need to smoke out the bottom quite a bit. Okay, I think the eyes. Now I feel like it needs more purple at the top. Okay, hold on. Not quite done yet. I need a little packing brush. I don't know if I like these white, especially like highlights. Maybe if I just blend out the edges, a little black. Yeah. Oh, but I did see this really cool. Where did I see it? Sparkly white that I may put on my brow bone just to see what it looks like. Is this exciting? Oh gosh, I need to catch up. Oh, there's an alien in Hail Mary. Love that. Okay, yeah, if there's aliens, I think I'm more on board. The main problem I have with The Martian and Hail Mary is that the main characters are very similar. What do they call the male version of a Mary Sue? Interesting. Main character in each book is Ryland Grace. I do hear that as well. Yeah, sometimes I don't mind that much about Mary Sue's, but sometimes I especially found that in indie books where it's just a lot. Oh, are we talking about Amber Heard? Sorry if I'm skipping around. Well, if you watch the trial, here's the thing. It was not a he said, she said case. I mean, there was he said and she said. But if you look at the evidence that was brought forward, and first of all, Amber Heard is not very likable on the stand. She was obviously overacting, or I can't imagine her really being a very good actor. But you could tell she was like trying to put on a story. But even putting down the he said, she said aside, there was no evidence to back up any of her allegations. Like she alleged this horrific abuse, but there were no like pictures to back it up. There's no medical evidence. The pictures they did bring up were Photoshop fakes. In other words, she had, and this happened a couple times, I think, she had two photos that were exactly the same, only she upped the saturation in one to make it look like she was like really bruised. And if you know anything about photo editing, it wasn't that great of a job when when it's clear that the photos were exactly the same, like even the little hairs she had, they were the same photo. And the witnesses that were called forth, police, they had body cam footage that the police didn't find any when they were called in for this domestic violence reports. There was just no corroborating evidence that that she reported that Johnny Depp trashed their home. And there was evidence of her striking him, which made it appear that he was abused. So they had all this witnesses and all this evidence that was made it appear, in my opinion, and the jury's opinion, obviously, that she was, if not making things up, wildly exaggerating her claims. But this was a defamation case. So it all came down to this one article she wrote, and she retweeted, or she promoted through Twitter, that even though she didn't name Johnny Depp, if you knew her biography, this is Johnny Depp's ex-wife, and so on and so forth, you could read between the lines that this article appeared to be, a reasonable reader could read it as being about Johnny Depp, of sexually, physically, mentally abusing her. But again, none of the evidence that was presented at court anyway seemed to corroborate that. Not to mention, it seemed like she was putting forth false evidence on the stand. It made it appear as though she was like really exaggerating or making up stories. Or I could understand why they pretty much went with Johnny Depp's side. But for me, it was like watching the attorneys, these LawTube attorneys, in real time react to how the other attorneys were presenting evidence and were objecting and doing all that. But it's not something I would suggest doing unless you're into real life courtroom drama. Anyway, that was my opinion. Most abuse is here, but here again, and there was like tapes of both of them arguing, audio tapes. She was very abusive. I could understand why they would find her emotionally abusive to Depp. If you believe men can be abused in those circumstances. Some people seem to not like that premise. But in my opinion, there's like her story, his story, and the realities somewhere in between. It was a very toxic relationship, no matter how you cut it. My favorite Johnny Depp movie is Ed Wood. I thought that was brilliant movie and performance. And I think who won the Oscar? It was the guy from the original Mission Impossible, Martin. It's not Martin Lawrence. Martin. I think he won an Oscar in that movie. But Ed Wood, and it's a black and white movie. It's a Tim Burton movie, but he filmed it in black and white. So it's sort of one of those artsy movies, but I really liked it. Yeah, I liked the first movie. I wasn't a big Pirates fan. I did not like his Willy Wonka interpretation. Yeah, I think he was much better in the early 90s. Well, yeah, there's no reason to know more about the Johnny Depp trial. I mean, they're two very rich, affluent Hollywood people sort of going at each other. So it's not very relatable. Basically, Johnny Depp had this suite of penthouses. One of the law tubers described it as sort of this rich person's frat house where he just let people stay in all these penthouse luxury rooms. That is awful, Lynette. I am so sorry you had to go through that. So sorry. Yeah, in these cases, it's really hard when there's no witnesses, no evidence that stuff happened. I think it'd be believed more now than like 10, 20 years ago. Yeah. But again, in this case, there was tons of evidence because of witnesses and Amber Heard like taking pictures of everything. Anyway. Yeah, that is hard to imagine. Okay. You know, and that's the thing about Amber Heard, because if she was either making things up or exaggerating, which is what it appeared to me to be, is what happened, is that makes it harder for anyone with real legitimate claims to seek justice. I don't know why I continue to try to use highlighter. I don't think it does anything. Every week I say I'm not going to do this really harsh contouring, but I do it anyway. I wonder if I can... Just trying to tone it down with powder. Oh well. Next week I'll... So... You know what I'm going to try? Is to use a pencil liner again. By the way, I'm doing lips, so pray for me. Okay. Okay. I thought I had this other glitter glue. Oh well. I'm going to use this purple glitter. Those are purple glitter lips. Okay. Luckily, my younger sons do not remember. Oh, I'm so glad. I hope they never had contact with that person. I don't blame you, man, after that experience. My ex ended up being married and divorced 4 times. Yikes. Yeah. Well, that's nice. So your sons have other relatives they can look to. Emotional can be worse than physical. Yeah, there you go, Kat. Emotional scars can last longer. Okay, so I am going to go, you can probably guess, eyelashes. Oops. Assuming I can find eyelash glue. Oh, come on. In front of my nose. In front of my nose. You guys can probably just hear my drawers opening and closing. Okay. Okay, well, I think this is the final look. We have, oh, it's supposed to be purple up here. Now it looks really dark. You know what? Just because I can't leave anything alone. I have this light purple glitter. Just gonna, this brush is too big. I'm just going to, maybe. Just looks so unblended. I just wanna. Okay, I think we're gonna stop there. Stop while we're ahead. Yep. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cap. Thank you, Lynette. Oh, I forgot about Chocolat. That's a very good movie too. Oh, you would like it, Cap. I think you would like it. Of course, even though he's like the male lead, the oh, I forget the actress's name. It's really the focus on this single mother and her son. So it's really not a. He's like a supporting character. It's not really a Johnny Depp movie where he's the main character. But it's a really good movie. Yes, adapted from a book. Have not read the book though. Juliette Binoche, thank you. Probably one of she's a great actress, but that's probably one of her greater roles too. Okay, so for a wig, I grabbed this blonde one. And I love these big dangly earrings, but when I wear them to shoot a video, sometimes you'll hear them clack. Like Auntie Mame and her cowbells. And scooch down. This is the final look. This purple madness. Okie dokie. I recommend it, Lynette. Red and blue. I don't know if I've seen that. I'll have to look it up. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know this series. Thank you, Cap. Thank you. Yeah, this is it for me. I'm going to go film some videos. And thank you once again for everyone who showed up. I hope to see you again next week. I plan to be here next week, so hope you will too. And as usual, may all the books you read be blessed.